Brothers and sisters, this is William Ayers again. I know I've been teaching you this week on different scriptures like how to be saved and confessions and commandments of love. Well, tonight I want to talk to you about the book of Revelations, the mark of the beast. Now, as everyone knows, those that do know the Bible knows in the book of Revelation chapter 13 talks about the whole book of signs of the mark of the beast. Now, the mark of the beast is just simply a chip that they force to put it. They don't force you. It's just basically a chip that they put in your forehead or in your hand. And without that chip, you cannot buy clothes, you cannot buy food, you cannot do nothing without it. Now, as we know that our president for the last 2 years has been talking about it. He's passed a law since March of this year that all new babies starting this year passed a law of that all newborns must have this chip in them. He so calls it the tracking device. In reality, it's nothing more than a sign of the mark of the beast. Now, I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, you don't want this. For the simple fact, God tells you it's wrong to have it. First of all, when you are assigned to this so-called mark, you automatically, if you decide to take this mark for any regardless reasons, okay, for any reasons whatsoever, when you take this mark on your own free will, you just open doors for yourself to live automatically when you die to go straight to hell. When you take this mark, God will automatically judge you. And when you die, there's not going to be no buts between because you chose to take this mark and God's against it. And therefore, if you take this mark, you're nothing more than a child of the devil, a child of Lucifer, a child of Satan. Alright? When you take this mark, the devil owns you. And there's no getting out of it. Once you take this mark and place inside you, pierce inside you, there's no buts. You are not going to go to heaven. Once you die, you go straight to hell. That's all it is to it. There's no buts in between. And that's a straight out gateway and a straight way ticket to go automatically straight to hell. And I'm going to tell you why. Because in the book of Revelations, here and shortly when I tell you this, and you're going to, I hope for your sake and your soul's sake that you have not already decided to take this. But if you have, brothers and sisters, I feel sorry for you. But those that did not know Christ will never now know him, for sure. Now, you have heard this person of a so-called Antichrist, okay? The Antichrist is nothing more than Satan inside of man, claiming to be the Son of God, claiming to be Jesus Christ. Okay? You remember a couple nights ago, I preached to you in the book of How to Be Saved. Okay? Well, I mentioned those scriptures about things like that. But, brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you that those that has not taken the mark yet, please don't. Unless you want to spend eternity, the rest of eternity in hell. Because once you decide to take that, there's no turning back. It's done, it's over, you're done, you're finished with God. God will have nothing more to do with you. So I strongly suggest that you do not, for any occasion, for any reasons whatsoever, not to take this mark. Because if God will take care of you, put your faith and put your trust in God, and He will take care of you. Now, it hasn't automatically hit in the United States yet, but it will soon. But if you will, turn me to Revelation chapter 13. I'm going to tell you what it says. Revelation chapter 13, beginning in verse 1. Come up to the chapter 18. Chapter 13, verses 1 through 18. And this is in the book of Revelation. And you seriously need to hear this and take it serious. Here we go. Then I stood on the sands of the sea, and I saw a beast rising out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And on his horns 10 crowns, and on his heads was a blasphemous name. Now the beast, which is called the Antichrist, and the devil. Now the beast which I saw was like a leopard. His feet were like the feet of a bear, and his mouth was like the mouth of a lion. The dragon, which is Satan, gave the power to the beast, his throne and great authority. Now, just stop right there for a second. The beast, the dragon, is Satan. Okay? The dragon in this book is Satan. The beast is known as the mark of the beast, which is known as the Antichrist. The Antichrist will come, like I said, claiming to be God, claiming to be the Son of Man, and he's going to do all these great miracles and all these works, but do not believe him. He is a false. He will lead you, he will deceive you, and just as John talks about in just a moment, he talks about let your heart not be troubled. Do not let no one deceive you. Because I'm telling you, those that he talks into it, I feel sorry for you. Because if you choose not to take it, then God bless you. Hallelujah if you don't. But if you do, God have mercy on your soul. Revelation 13 verse 3 says, and I saw one of his heads as it had been mortally wounded, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world marveled and followed the beast. Get that? The people in the world followed this beast, which, like I said, is the Antichrist. And remember, this dragon is part of Satan's plan. Okay? Satan is in between the Antichrist and also this red dragon is just a red dragon. Excuse me. The red dragon is just a red dragon, but the Antichrist is who Satan dwells in, which is also known as Lucifer or the devil. You also call him. Don't listen to this so-called Antichrist, because he will lead you wrong and he will lead you straight to hell. Therefore, do not be deceived. Do not look for him. The only way you're going to know the truth between him and the true Son of God named Jesus Christ is that the real true Jesus Christ will be coming from a cloud on a white horse with his angels. That's the difference. This man is already on the earth. He's walking around already. And there's going to be a difference. So, and then on top of that, remember the other night I talked to you about the signs of the seventh coming, the signs of the second coming? Well, this is part of it. So they worshipped the dragon who gave authority to the beast, and he was able to make war with him. And he was given a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and he was given authority to continue for 42 months. Then he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and those who dwell in heaven. Now, just from what I've told y'all, this Antichrist is not going to be a pretty person. He might look like a man, but his heart will be deceived. He will deceive y'all if you choose to live for him. Now, I'm telling y'all in advance that y'all do not listen to this so-called Antichrist or Antichrists, as in probably more than one, and they will all work the same way. But do not listen to them. Do not follow them. And please, if he forces you to take the mark of the beast, he's going to give you a choice. He's going to tell you, if you take the mark of the beast and worship me, for I am the Son of Man. In his way, he claims to be the Son of Man. He is not. He says, I will give you all if you just worship me. That ought to tell you a sign right there. Do not listen to him, for he is false. And he will take you and he will send you straight to hell. Now, as far as the Christians, the true believers, such as I, knows the difference between the false and the true Jesus Christ. I promise you, brothers and sisters, don't fall for his tricks, for he will deceive many. And verse 7 talks about, and it was granted to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And authority was given him over every tribe, tongue, and nation. And verse 8 says, and all who dwell on the earth will worship him whose slain was the foundation of the world. And all who dwell on the earth will worship him whose name has not been written in the book of life or of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. Verse 9, if anyone has an ear, let him hear. He who leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He who walks with the sword must be killed by the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Okay. Here's the beast from the earth. I'm going to give you descriptions of it. Beginning in verse 11 talks about, then I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and had two horns like a lamb, and spoke like a dragon. And he exercises all the authority of the first beast in his presence, and causes the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast, whose deadly wounds was healed. He performs great signs. Now get this is talking about the second one. He performs great signs, so that even makes fire come down from heavens on earth in the sight of men. And he deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs which he was gained to do in the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast of who was wounded by the sword and lived. And we'll talk about this in just a few seconds.